what's up, guys? We're a little late, but we're here, back once again for Tales from the Greenwich Colony. As always, Josh, Tiki, Ross, Jason, thank you guys so much for your support on Patreon, allowing me to sleep till noon and be a horrible, degenerate person and not have to get me a real job because of people like you who are amazing. And Levi, thanks for hanging out and being you, bud. I'm badly wounded. Methods are mean. Ross, good luck, have fun.
You know, I should be saying that to you all.
It's mutual. It's back and forth.
Yeah, I may or may not kill you all. It's a catch-22.
Yeah, welcome
to catch-22.
I know I missed the last session, so if it's not too much trouble, could you guys catch me up on...
I will happily catch you up. So, welcome back to Tales from the Greenwich Colony, as Mr. Tommy here was telling us. Where we last left off, our group had managed to kind of get their charter all set away on the ship. Y'all have boarded passage on the Emerald Cutter. It's a kind of a medium-sized trade ship, not very important, but it's, you know, for various reasons, you all have found yourself aboard it in an attempt to go to the Greenwich Colony, an isle to the northwest, closer to the Crown of the World than some people would like, as the party is now finding out as elementals from the Crown of the World have seemingly drifted down southward and are now kind of attacking the vessel. From what you all gathered last session, the reason why adventurers are kind of given the free passage sort of thing that they are, on the boats in order to get to and from Greenwich colonies, is because there's quite a few things in the seas that can attack ships and boats. In this case, elementals from the Crown of the World, where some elemental planes kind of connect together. Everybody knows the Crown of the World is dangerous as hell. As such, they've been attacked so far by some water and air methods. Nothing too serious for the party. Some have taken some wounds, but overall they're still kind of high. The sorcerer may still be learning that he doesn't have infinite magical powers like he did in first edition, and needs to reel back the blast casting a bit.
I got those low-level sorcerer probs. I really do.
Oh god, man! I both feel bad and feel glad for the sorcerer because 6 spells in first edition was kind of like, oh god, but still having one more does make the sorcerer very clearly different than all the others, and I like sorcerers.
I do too.
But where we last left off, you all had managed to finish in between sort of waves. After fighting the first wave off, you all are kind of catching your breath as the captain's alerted to you all to the fact that you are essentially in a storm in the waters caused by a large group of elementals that have kind of sensed the boat and come down to kind of wreak havoc on it. And this is kind of where, once again, that whole free passage comes along. You all are expected to protect the ship. He would also let you know that it seems as though the elementals, not being incredibly intelligent, are wise enough to recognize you guys as the bigger threat, and not him. So he would advise you all to not worry about him. He's kind of at this point basically just attached himself to the wheel. He's got special sort of boots that are chained to the wheel in a sort of way to keep him bolstered down in case the elementals try to do something to the ship, and is holding onto the wheel like a trained captain he is. So he is doing just fine, and it's up to you all to kind of get ready. So, before the last combat started, in the rounds previous, you all came up with a couple of very interesting methods for which you could fight the elementals. One is these lines on the map. Those are sort of safety harnesses / ropes that you guys have kind of just haphazardly strung up along the ship. So that way, I said that if you were pushed by some sort of attack, you could spend a reaction to not be pushed if you're in a square that is touching those lines. You can essentially stop the water methods from pushing you all around. And then in those squares, you guys have put down flour, so that way the water methods will no longer be on water terrain, and they will take the slowed 1 condition, which is really good for you guys. That is really advantageous because those water methods are dangerous at melee.
Mirrodin definitely feels that after healing Bren and not healing himself, just with, I imagine, a pretty sizable lump growing out of the back of his head from getting punched around by an air method.
Unfortunately, you haven't taken those dips in Cleric yet.
The Cleric dedication's coming. I am true neutral.
I was going to recommend Caden, because I know he's a chaotic good one that gets access to
might.
Gets access, might.
Yeah.
Because I knew that was a thing you did in your optimization videos.
Might clicks are real good.
If you haven't seen min-maxing for fun and profit, let me do a little bit of shilling for Tommy and say go watch it.
Yeah, go watch it. It's good.
I will be honest. I will be honest, I don't watch all of them myself, but I do watch a few of them, and I must admit, I am really excited to the next one, because the next one's Animal Companions, and it's just something I like playing around with.
Is there time to prep before the next wave? Or...
Yes, except you only have, instead of where I gave you 5 rules before the first round encounter, I'm only giving you, 3 rules as a group.
Mirden's not looking good. Mirden will probably, look over the whole party and just, unless anyone can help me, lads, I think it's time to rejoin the wheel.
Oi!
Aye?
Druid! The captain kind of just reaches into his coat and just tosses you a bottle. It's a potion of cure light wounds.
Nice.
Or a potion of heal. Potion of heal at first level.
Does he happen to be an alchemist?
Yes, he does.
All right, sweet. So I don't have to burn any resonance. I will. How many d8s?
He's actually an alchemist rogue.
Oh.
He does actually. He's been around enough for me to give him levels.
Fair. Okay, so
that's why when you said that one line, instead of rolling perception, he rolled a knowledge geography, essentially a lore geography, because he's been around the world.
That makes sense. Okay, so how many d8s is the potion? I'm not used to potions.
Just magic. One. Or actually, yeah, just be 1d8 because it's only first level. But it is 1d8 plus. In this case, it would be his intelligence modifier, so plus 4.
Okay, cool. I don't know if that dice went. So
at this point, I'd probably yell out to the others, "Oi! The goblin has the right of it. String yourself up by the center rope."
That is true. Before last session started, Elu did have a smart idea of tying a rope around his waist and tying it to the mast, so that way, in case he was somehow knocked off the ship, he'd still be tied to the ship in a way that basically the rope would keep him tethered.
Makes sense.
Well, the dwarf was actually telling people to connect themselves to the rope that's going between the 2 main masts, because that way you have a lead that can stretch across the entire ship so that you're not restricted.
That makes sense.
All right.
We should probably do our best to not split up this time either. Mirden is going to move into the flower as well, stand next to Bowser. I was going to check this. I need to check it real quick. Can a dented shield still be raised to provide an AC bonus?
Yes, I'm pretty certain. It's just if it's broken, it doesn't work anymore.
About the only thing I can think to do, to be honest, is Mirden is going to, for lack of a better term, I'm going to Saruman it. I'm going to be where it is safe next to everybody, but Mirden raises both of his arms up at a 45-degree angle and begins chanting at the top of his voice in Druidic that we mean no harm, we simply seek passage. Over
Roll
and
diplomacy.
Over again. Here goes nothing. I would guidance myself, but you get bolstered against guidance now, and I'm pissed. So this has a +3 on it.
I'm actually happy. Makes sense for me.
Never mind.
What is that in total?
A total of 5. We did it.
Whereas it was kind of raining before, now you actually start to hear crackles of thunder in the distance.
Lads, I think they're mad.
I'm sorry, Tiki. I'm sorry. I'm
really?
sorry, but I'm just gonna flat out tell you that is a critical fumble.
Yeah, I know it is.
PCE.
Holy trouble! It's that Simpsons means. I'm in danger.
If there's about 30 foot of rope, I'll do 1 loop around my waist and then a sliding knot on the main line.
All right, you have up to 30 feet away from the main line, and you're on a ship. Rope is in abundance. You don't even need to take it out of your inventory. The captain's full-heartedly, take whatever you need that we have. Just keep these damn things from capsizing us.
Yeah, very panicked Mirden will realize we're in trouble. I'm going to wrap up to that rope up there, too.
If I have time, I'd try to help Elu move his tether to the mid rope so he has more freedom of movement, and would also get myself tethered that way.
Makes
If
sense.
Elu wants that can be done.
If he doesn't want that, it's an athletics check. He resists. No!
PvP. PvP initiates.
Haha. So Josh, your token is, because Josh has never played on virtual tabletops before. This is his maiden voyage, and it's our 3rd voyage on Fantasy Grounds. Still,
This old dog is going to learn a few tricks.
Oh, you are. So you see your token down there. We can all pick up and move each other's tokens, but you just pick it up and then click and drag to wherever it is you want it to go.
Are the ropes that are on the ship, are they above the deck?
Yeah, it's above.
Basically,
they're above
I've made
head.
it so that way they're kind of at waist height, sort of, but it's not gonna. It's basically they're within reach that even the goblin can reach them, but they're not actively going to give you guys any trouble maneuvering.
Makes sense.
Sure, I was.
The goblin might have to jump, but the goblins can still reach it.
Mm.
They're a safety line, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Sure.
step over it easy.
Yeah,
You're
so I
taller than
can't-
everybody else.
Yeah, it's not what I was thinking. I was thinking like I was going to be like using them like climbing on up onto them and
I mean, there are
And
masts.
And like balancing
There
up
are
there.
masts and riggings.
yeah, be a monkey.
There are masts and riggings if you want to climb up on them.
Yeah, I think I'm going to climb up the rigging and
All right. I'll move you here for the time being. How far up do you want to
Sure.
go? Or actually, you know what? I'll be even nicer and have you close to the rest of the party. Because one person in the party did explicitly state, hey, let's stick together.
Yeah, if Mirden sees Perez trying to climb something, just, lad, what are you doing? There's gonna be elementals, lad. Don't do that. No. Just here comes suddenly this strange hairy man who smells faintly of, I'm not aware of what apes are, faintly of bad.
I want to be about 10 feet up in the rigging because if I want to pounce on something underneath me, I don't want to break my legs doing it.
Oh God.
Sure.
All right.
We can do that. You're 10 feet up in the rigging. Just make a note.
Do I have any
Moran,
other
are you going to stay down there by that
actions?
mast? Or are you going to join everybody else in the flower power?
I'll come over here
Are you tethered?
to the main line with 30-foot of rope.
Understood.
Mirden is gonna cast light on Elu's glaive. Yeah. In case it gets too dark to see, and that's basically all I have.
Oh
for
no, the
prep.
thunder and lightning makes it plenty easy to see at this point.
Are you sure it doesn't make it very, very frightening?
Yes.
I mean, you're fighting elementals. It kind of comes with
That's fair.
It's like, is thunder and lightning really scary when you're staring at the monster, or is it just ambient noise? at
When
this
you're the
point?
storm druid, you're at home. You're fine. You're hanging out.
Yeah, and it's something that's actually kind of comforting to you.
Yeah. it
But
feels
yeah,
nice.
so just a quick check. Anyone want to ask me if they can do anything specific before we jump into the next encounter?
I don't think there's anything I really can do.
Dude, I kind of expended all of my ideas previously.
Yeah, I'm there. I'll try another nature check to try to learn like weaknesses of the elementals we might see. This has a +4 on it. Damn it, go dice. So it's a
And I mean, seeing as I'm the
It's gotta go
warrior,
right there.
I'll try a warrior check.
18 is the total.
18. Okay, so this is where I point out, and I realize this in between sessions, I've been doing the elementals wrong.
Yeah.
A major thing that I've been doing wrong is I've been giving you guys critical hits and precision damage on them. They're immune to both.
That they are.
So I didn't realize that in session, so nobody gets the bonus hero point. That would have been nice of them pointing that out to me. You know,
I did not know.
I didn't know it was
Right
like that
away?
in the playtest.
yeah, no, but you know, if
I
you
mean,
do
I know
know that
about
I'm messing
previous.
something up, happily correct me and I will give you a hero point. This is sort of the general gist I am more than happy to GM under, because I don't know the system perfectly.
No one does. It's a big system. It's a new
There's a
system.
lot of stuff.
There's
A lot
many
of rules.
many stuffs. Mutan's ready though. Yeah, Mutan's ready because all my powerful cantrips are sorcerer spells, so I need that hand free. I can't like find a club or something.
Thankfully, they all, aside from the air elemental, they all rolled less than you.
Ah, except for the air elemental who beat a 25. Jesus. I think we're in trouble, lads.
The air elemental might be a bit of trouble, yeah, but
Looking
the rest of
awkwardly at Bren, who's just way far out from the rest of us.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Fair enough.
Who kept the captain on deck last
the
round?
captain would have kept himself on deck.
His magic boots.
And who knew that?
Yeah, fair. No one at all.
As you all just about get ready, you hear the familiar splash, 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 as 4 water mephits just crawl up onto the boat rather quickly, sort of solidifying in front of you guys. Just as you're kind of like, oh crap, there's 4 of the water ones, that's when you hear a particularly strong gust of wind, and eventually it almost becomes deafening. There's just a human-like shape formed out of just wind appears in front of you all, just points its fingers at you. And I don't think any of you guys understand Aryan.
I do not.
Nope.
It would have been one of the languages I chose if I had more intelligence, but I do not.
All right. Yeah. No.
Yeah, the languages are kind of few and far between on
In the
PlayTest.
Pathfinder playtest, yes, they are.
Yeah. Well, this speaks in Aryan, so sadly, it looks as though none of you understand it. It's just like, and with that, we're gonna get into the thick of things.
Well, then guess we be fighting again, huh?
Hey,
Oh, the dwarven lad in dwarven home, his kinsman, how ye find him?
16 hits.
nice.
10 points of damage. Nice. But yeah, so you kind of just like dig your fingers into the flower as if to give yourself some stuff behind your head and just drag your fingers up along the creature like a rising tiger strike. I believe you still have one more action.
That he does.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the way actions move nowadays. And a miss.
That's a fumble. You
Okay.
as you come down, you try to slice down on the creature, only for the flower to slide out from underneath you, and you land flat on your face, knocking you prone. Bryn, you're up.
Okay. Is it okay to specify what I had in hand prior to combat?
Yes, it is. And I would have expected you guys to ready weapons.
Okay. Light hammer one hand, hatchet in the other.
Nice.
My first action will be to hunt target. This guy
Okay.
right in front of me, and trying to
Hunted.
remember exactly what that does.
What that does
That
is
gives me a buff.
your attacks take a -4 instead of a -5 on the consecutives, except if you're using an agile weapon, it's a -3, not a -4.
And both of mine are agile.
There you go.
Okay.
Nice. Got a 2-weapon fighting ranger rogue here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be nasty.
It is.
Let's hope. And number 1.
Ooh.
That hits.
Does that crit? That doesn't crit. His AC is not 12. Be nice though.
Number
And-
2.
Ooh, nice.
So
So that one would have it would be +1, and he'd have a modified 20 because the multiple attack penalty still applies.
right. So if I remember it correctly, I get to stack the damages.
That's right.
So that'd be 16 total.
Yeah, so you just kind of like swift as the motion, just kind of like you tried and practiced. Bring the hatchet into the creature, just kind of digging it in, and it goes kind of like almost a whale-like noise, and then bring the hammer back and just smash the hammer into the hatchet, further driving it in deeper to the creature, to which the noise goes from a to a kind of a like a high-pitched sort of like almost a squeaking noise as you just rip your hand axe out, taking a massive chunk out of it. It actually looks like it's struggling to contain itself at this point. It looks like it might about fall over at any time.
Okay. So that'd be a 16.
That
Did something
hits.
roll? Someone
You
died.
already, and one just like you kind of just like slash out a major chunk with it. Bring up your hatchet once more, crash it down what you think is the head of the thing, and it just dissolves like water in front of you as you all just kind of watch as within one turn, Bryn takes down this creature with relative ease. Josh?
Josh, you're up.
Oh, you mean Piss Kicker's turn.
Yeah.
Piss Kicker is going to hold his action if that watery creature gets within 10 feet of me that's in the top left corner. I'm going to dive down on him and splash him and take a bat.
I like it. All right.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for you all, the next creature up is not the
Mirrodin.
No, it's not Mirrodin, and it's not the water elemental. It is the air elemental. It's just like flies over and kind of stops in front of you. Stops in front of you, Elu. Right, is Elu?
Elu to
Heck.
disconnect, yeah.
Crap baskets.
Oops! It has to target Bren now. Haha!
I mean, I could target Mirrodin. He's also close enough.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. You're right. You're so right.
I wasn't the one who said something mean about its mother.
Yeah. That's fair.
Okay, screw it. He's going for you.
Let's know.
Does a 16 hit?
It does not. Also, set your dice so we all can see them, please, so the stream can see them. Is there a second strike?
Does a 24 hit?
Yeah, it does. It does not crit. It does not crit, but it does hit. And Elu showed up right at the right time.
6 points of damage.
Okay.
Because I don't exist for me.
You don't exist, but it hit me with a thing, and it's adjacent to you for retributive strike.
Awesome. Well, roll me a d20 plus 2, please.
Got it. Here we
I
go.
will roll that for you. That's a 6.
Second verse, same as the first. Mirrodin holds out his right hand, says a word in the old tongue, and an ice javelin appears. I cast Ray of Frost. Not well. It is a 5 to target his touch. This is
That's
bad.
fumble.
Not a fumble?
Oh, no, it's still a fumble, even if it is touch.
No, fair. Ooh. So does that mean that Elu also fumbled with a 6?
He would have, yes. He would have fumbled. So, both of you
good.
fall on your butts.
All right. Oh, bad. I have to see how bad prone is for me, because my third action is either to get up or it's to raise my shield.
I mean, you raise your shield while laying down. I don't think there's anything that stops you from
Correct,
doing
but
that.
if I take a neg from being prone, it might be better to not. And I assume I do.
I think it's also a neg.
Med-
Oh, it's a neg on your end. I always remember it as a positive for the attacker.
Yeah, -2 circumstance penalty attack rolls, but a bonus to AC against ranged attacks. I'm flat-footed against melee attacks, so I will take my third action to stand up, and that will be all.
All right. Elu.
I apparently swung my glaive too hard and just spun myself out.
Baby, right around.
Alright. Well, first thing to do is stand up.
All right, you just kind of use your glaive to push you back up, kind of almost
Yep.
like a yep.
Kind of walking stick-ish.
Yeah.
The Yoda puns intensify.
To inspire courage and all around me.
Excellent. Everyone is under the effects of inspired courage as they are close enough.
Oh, good.
Which is 60 feet.
The whole
So,
boat.
like, pretty close. I
Well,
don't
what
think
is
the
that?
captain gets it, but +1 to hit and damage and +1
Right.
versus fear.
No, the captain does not
Nice.
get it, but the captain does not seem to be a target of their rage.
Yeah.
Lucky him.
Alright. So, I'm annoyed at this thing. I'm just gonna bob it with a glaive.
Bop it!
Okay. Roll to bop.
Good!
Does bop. So 8 points of damage, respectable.
9.
As you just bring your 9?
Yeah.
Right, inspire courage. Just kind of like take a step back and swing your glaive. Kind of an emotion like a baseball bat. And while it's hard to gauge how much damage you're doing to an elemental, you still do a good chunk of it.
Side note, my headcanon for why that weird little goblin squee inspires courage is that because it's too silly to be in a serious situation, so you can't be really too afraid of what's going on.
I love it.
That seems good for a paladin of Shaylin.
Yeah.
I like that flavor.
All right. Unfortunately for you all, Prez,
Oh,
God, I'm going to say about here is where the creature would trigger your held action.
Get it?
sure. I am going to dive on him.
All right.
Do you need an athletics or acrobats check for that?
Whichever one is better, I will say yes.
So 22.
Oh, yeah, you very clearly just like kind of do a backflip and just dive down on this thing. Take a additional +3 on this attack roll.
Jesus.
And
Alright,
if
sure.
if you do deal
All right,
damage,
so-
I'll also give you an additional D6 for damage.
An additional d6. Okay, so this attack roll will be at a +9.
Nice.
22 to hit.
22 hits.
And damage is 1d12 plus 6. So,
Both 1d6.
no,
Plus-
1d10 plus 6, sorry.
Oh, and you got
Because there's a +2 damage bonus for raging and 4 for strength. That's
strength.
Yeah.
It's a +7, actually. Inspire courage.
Yeah, so, mine would be a +5, then with Inspire Courage, it's a +6, and then whatever, the +3, or the extra d6 damage, so.
Yeah, you get an extra d6 of damage. So 7 plus
13 damage, and then the extra d6.
Oh, good.
Would be an extra 6
You
damage.
nearly
19 damage.
ladder this thing across. You just like jump down on it.
I would like to say Piss Kicker just tosses his head back and lets the water come out of his hair and just, ah!
Oh yeah, no, the thing is very hard, like trying to get back together. In fact, let me check something right quick.
Meriden looks both very afraid and very glad he only has to contend with one of them.
You know what? Screw it.
Where's that open again?
For style points, it doesn't reform
Nice.
because that was just awesome,
That was
and
pretty
it
good.
was down. It was down to 1 HP. That's a natural fumble, so it just kind of goes wide. And if you want to, you can just like part of your nimble jaw, just kind of just like dig your claws into it. It tries to strike at you and just pull you back up from prone.
Nice.
Cool. Kip up. Nice.
Yeah, you just kind of use the creature's own waves to kip up. Unfortunately, that's not the only attack it has, so it's going to try and swipe at you again. Does a 15 hit?
No.
Alright, and then it's not a smart creature, as Tiki, or as Tommy would know when it comes to having multiple attacks from a creature. 9?
Nope.
That's not a fumble, is it?
I have a 16, so no.
No, okay. And then there's this last one down here. It's going to move up behind you,
yeah.
Bowser. So this creature is going to attack you. Sorry, I got the flanking rules from Kingmaker mixed up.
Oh,
in
that
my
hits.
That hits, so this is against you. 2 damage.
Hooray, minimum damage.
And
You
are
did
pushed
it.
backwards. Let me check. You are pushed backwards 5 feet. It's going to spend its action to flank you because it's smart enough to use tactical maneuvers. You are up, though. Alright, you're surrounded on both sides by water elementals. What do you do?
First, I'm going to flurry the new combatant.
The new one is... Alright. Roll me that flurry. 17 hits.
Oh.
18 hits.
All right, then we add the damage of these two.
Alright. Do you both get the modifier?
Yeah.
Yeah, they both
'cause-
get the modifier. It's just they both get added together is what it is.
Like
so
for
9 and
D8?
6, it's 15.
That's 15 points of damage, yes.
Uh-huh. And then miss.
9 misses. Bryn, you're up now.
Okay, first stage is movement.
Alright.
So I can go 20, correct?
Yes, you can.
Okay, $1, $2, $3 will be good enough.
Do bear in mind we're doing the 5-foot, 15-foot rule, which means if you move your first movement diagonally is 5 feet, your second movement is 10 feet.
Okay. Then let's see if there's a better way to get within striking
You can
distance.
get within striking range with
He
that.
can. Because he would go... I'm so used to being able to... Like, 5, 15, 20.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make it.
That works. And I'm actually in a better position to backstab him,
You are.
even
You're a
though
rogue.
not technically.
Right where his kidney should be if he was a people.
Uh,
He's not flanking. You can't draw a line between Bryn, the air elemental, and an ally.
right. Second action, hunt target. Third action, twin takedown again.
No, I...
Nice.
Okay,
Go
maybe
for
that is good. Maybe I do like Twin Takedown over Double Slice. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see.
That would be a no on number 1,
And a yes on number
That's
2.
and then 20 on number 2.
Okay, that's a natural critical hit. What was the first one?
4 plus that plus bolstered would have been a 9.
That is a fumble. The 9 is a fumble. So, what weapon were you going to attack with first?
I'm probably leading with the hatchet, so it would be the
You are
hatchet.
informed. The creature sees you coming and blows the hatchet out of your hand, but you still kind of like weave around and just hit it with your hammer. So, and just like the right moment, it seems as though you just like full blunt assault. Roll me that damage, and it is doubled. So
It's
you
not
got-
double because it's a...
Does not double.
criticals.
Right.
No.
Give me my hero point. I betrayed him.
You get a hero point. Tommy.
Ah.
So it would be 4 plus 3 for my dex plus 1 for bolstered, so 8.
8. So, all right then. That has been noted. It does not look the best. It still looks okay. Slow down, Mac. It's still, but it does not look good. It definitely, you can see the wear and tear of the battle on it. Josh, you're up.
All right.
So what's going on also, because Josh is new to the playtest, is if he's using his D10s, he had to have used an action to rage, so now this is the second round of rage.
Right.
Otherwise, you don't have an attack.
Yeah. Right. I've got 3, and then I've got my rage kicks off for a round.
Mm-hmm. So this is round 2.
I'm going to help the dwarf because I like the dwarf.
Which dwarf?
Yes. Now we see.
There's 2.
The drunkard.
Bryn and Bowser are both dwarves.
Let me wash my hands in your water.
Alright, that makes sense. You are flanking.
Nice.
So, that's a +2 for flank, so that's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
20,
the roll itself hits.
that's a 24 to hit. Alright, D10 plus 6.
7.
7, so 13
Fire
damage.
Courage is still active. You want to draw your hands off? Alright, you just punch your fist straight through the water elemental. Kind of just like rinse it off a bit as it just kind of looks down at the hand gasping from its chest. And as you rip your hand back out, it dissolves.
I still don't quite know what to make of that one, but I'm glad there's nothing behind me.
I think I will hang on to the rope and prepare to shimmy down it to the other one if it's still around when my turn comes around again. So
Alright, you jump onto the rope.
Yeah, I'm going to just jump on the rope and hang on to it.
The creature's going to move down here, and before either of you say anything, swiftness. It does not trigger attacks of opportunity. Wait,
Yeah, we don't have any.
attacks of opportunity don't exist for everyone anymore.
They do not.
Yep. But
Yeah,
Bryn,
not fighters.
No fighters here. Well, one fighter here.
Yeah,
let me just quickly check damage. I believe I know what it is, but I just want to make sure. I just want to play TTRPGs.
Same.
Or Pathfinder Kingmaker, that also works. Yep. Got the right damage. Okay. So this deals 5 points of bludgeoning damage against you.
You
Can
who?
I roll more than a 1 on
Who?
my damage die?
Yeah,
against
we
who?
don't know what's happening. You just moved and rolled an attack and damage.
That's against Bryn.
During a movement?
No, it moved and it attacked.
Ah.
It
At
has
range?
80 feet of movement.
Okay. Yeah.
It basically at this point, movement is how far it moves is kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, you're not wrong. We just didn't know what was going on because you started just throwing dice.
Sorry, my apologies.
You're
It
good.
just kind of floats, almost kind of like phasing around Bryn, somewhat appearing behind him, and hitting him in the back for 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And then it's going to,
Does it have reach?
yes, it does. And it's going to try and hit him again.
Well,
There's a 20 crit.
it's a natural 20. It always crits.
Alright, so that will make this one. I feel bad, but hey.
2d6 plus 8.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
Lordy.
we're out of resources. Oh.
As you just kind of feel strike, then you feel it just direct the second strike into the back of your skull, driving down into the ground. I presume that puts you at dying 1?
It puts him to dying 2, it puts him to 0 because
I
you crit
did.
him.
I couldn't see your rolls. So how much did I take?
You took 18. You took 5 from the first attack, 18 from the second.
Oh,
5 and 18.
Mhm.
23.
So that would put me at a -7.
Which puts you at 0
Yeah.
and dying 2.
So you're dying too, as the thing just like, you all hear a loud crack as it just like seemingly causes Bryn to impact hard with the deck. Oof. Ow.
Ow, indeed.
That one hurts to listen. That one hurts to just look at. And of course, the one time I crit, I actually rolled decent damage.
It bees like that sometimes.
Mirden, you are up.
Well, Mirden's gonna have no real answers for anything right now. Mirden's gonna look at his cantrips. Mirden's gonna do some scrolling. I'm out of heals. You already got all my heals. Mirden's gonna do a scroll. He's gonna do a scroll. He's gonna do a scroll. Mirden does have stabilize.
And it is ranged now,
Yeah.
as you found out.
I think it's a little more important now because like Elu can heal him. It's what I'm gonna do is Mirden sees that he's down. Mirden is just gonna like look at Elu and nod, and then as that happens, I'm gonna try to Ray of Frost the Mephit that's on the other side of Bowser. So 12
What
over
is
its
that?
touch. Man, I
Nope,
cannot roll
misses.
well at all. Jesus. Alrighty. Raise my shield, and I will pass.
You move up.
Lean back a little bit and tap him with some healing.
All right. Tip tap patty whack.
Heal that man for 6.
All right. Up next is the water mephit. It's going to try and attack Monsieur Bastard.
Did you say monster?
Reaction +2, and that doesn't matter. It still hits me.
Blech.
Two.
Hey, minimum damage again.
You're doing real well.
All right. Here's another attack against you. All right. I presume
That misses.
is that a fumble? That's not a fumble, is it?
No.
All right.
I have
its last
16.
attack is
And that's
16.
16 exactly.
All right. Unfortunately.
Damn it!
And minimum damage again.
Wow.
It is good. And this is where we're going to cut for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back next week or in like 5 minutes if you end up showing on Twitch while I'm talking about this for the next episode of Tales from the Greenwich Colonies. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. And again, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. Now we're going to have a temporal excursion. Say bye, guys.
Bye.